This one's for the culture. Me and wifey in the room thinking of a master plan, thinking how we can influence the culture from where we stand. Knowing that our steps are ordered by the master's hand, still 10 toes down, we ain't switching up the stance. The mission of this music ain't just to make them dance, trying to tell them about the rock, cause they build.
Getting to it. So definitely an exciting show. Welcome. What is you doing?
I didn't know you press was ready.
Hey, I got things to do. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome to the latest episode of the Bond Chronicles. I am your gracious and amazing and super humble, but also the star on any show I go on, Mr. Bond Chronicles. And I'm blessed to be here with my co-host,
Mrs. Bond Chronicles. I fixed my Twitter. I did. Now, what is my name now? I fixed it. It's something new.
You fixed your name?
Yeah.
You didn't even tell me.
I know. I just did it today.
All right. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get that to you or add it at the bottom or what have you. But today, as you can see, we are not by ourselves. We are super blessed and super excited to have two members of the Phat Girl Chronicles with us. The first of which, ladies first, we have, what do you want to go about today, Miss Leo?
She's gone.
She did.
I was going to say, hey, Leo. You going to make me be in there and say, Miss Leo, hey, hold on, fam, and all that.
Hey, Miss Leo, we got you back.
There we go.
We go.
Hey, y'all.
Leo, we got Miss Tiff. What do we want to call you today?
Leo.
Okay. We got Leo, who is an amazing woman. She has been super instrumental in our progress. And that is one of the main reasons on one of our last episodes of the year that we wanted to have her on. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be on this platform. We wouldn't.
There's a lot of stuff that we can attribute to
y'all will be having much worse graphics each week. It could be rough, but she has been so gracious in helping us out, taking time to call us or taking calls from us at late at night. So we definitely had to make sure that we had her on before the year ended. I said my piece. You got anything else you want to add about Tiff?
I mean, Leo.
Leo.
Either one. This y'all show. Either one.
Good.
It's just dope. She's super hustler. Like, I respect her grind. We had lots of conversations, and it's just amazing to see all the things that she's doing and that she wants us to be a part of. Just all around great person. So it's dope to have her on the show.
Cool.
Yeah.
And my brother, probably one of the first people I got to know in this podcast game is a man. Because they were the only people that have. I think that was the first show we did, right? Their show.
Yeah, we was first guests on. Yeah.
So yeah, my man, Mr. Superstar, Mr. Rapper, Mr. Do Everything Man, is Trosh.
Trosh.
What's going on with you?
Trosh in the building.
What's going on? Please say more things about me first.
He said,
It's great. I have more. He began his love with music at a young age of 14 after hearing his older brother and cousins rapping. Starts in the family. He was listening to Wu-Tang's Triumph, amazing song, and The Lox. That is an interesting mix that you have there. And he's been hooked, and he's been writing and researching music ever since. We are, as y'all who have been with us know, that we cover a lot of music topics. So definitely have some music things we want to talk about with what they're doing. But you two are busy people. You guys have something going on this weekend, right?
Yeah, a few events, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for having me on the show first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we do. We out here in these streets, man. We try to show up to all these events and support all the people that we rock with. So, man, it's going to be a crazy weekend this weekend.
Good. Leo, right? Leo? Yeah, I got it right. She did. Every time I call her out, she leaves us. I'm starting to think it's me.
It might be.
But it's funny because every time you begin to address her, then she go away and it's be me. Like, I'm the chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, man.
I'm so sorry, y'all. Listen, it hasn't been a day today, and my phone is starting to act up too today. So I'm like, oh, okay, this what we doing. This what we doing today.
We got some grass in this.
Oh, how'd you let that in?
Oh no, your dog. We understand. We definitely understand. Technology is a special thing. Trust me, on my job, it makes my life so much better and so much worse at the same time. But I know you guys said you guys are doing some stuff this weekend. So outside of that, what kind of current projects you guys working on? What do you want to guide the audience to so that we can make sure that they supporting y'all?
I mean, as always, you catch us on Tuesdays on the Phat Girl Chronicles. That's 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesday, Between the Lines is finna be revamped for the new year. So everybody, pull your hats down, get ready for that ride. That's 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. JQLM Radio also, and then on Sundays, every other Sunday. Let's get that right, every other Sunday, because on the Sundays we don't be on. We be getting messages like, "What happened this week?" So every other Sunday it's a whole lot of dumb because I don't know if we can cuss it out of this show, so I'm gonna just say because y'all ain't give us no prep kit. They like, just come on,
Hey, we just need y'all to be y'all.
Yeah, and it's not that we don't cuss on the show, but we understand that we're not gonna control our guests' mouths.
Yeah.
So it's like, if it's coming out, it comes out, and we're not editing that much. So it's like,
our technical ability to bleep out stuff is poor. So
it's actually non-existent.
it's probably going to be there.
That's too funny.
And so,
just last and not last, but definitely not least, man, y'all get ready for a new show coming at the beginning of the year. He said, she said, myself, Leo Rochelle, we joined the forces with Keisha Cautious and Ivo the Grand Duke.
Okay.
It's finna go down, man. It's finna go down,
we got stuff coming. Hey.
So just buckle yourself in because it's going down.
All right, cool. We're definitely excited to hear about that, and we'll definitely be obviously broadcasting and sharing that information as it comes. That's breaking news.
Right.
We didn't know that.
We didn't even know that.
So we're
that's
breaking that for y'all.
A lot. You got
shit. Was I supposed to bring that up yet?
Well, if you weren't, you already did. And like you just said, we can't edit it out. So it's out there. It's gone.
It'll be great. It'll work out. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm gonna get some inboxes like, bro, you weren't supposed to say nothing yet, and all that. Hey, y'all done already messed it up now, bro. Unless y'all Doctor Strange, y'all got the green time gem, time stone, and y'all can do this.
We don't.
Get back. It's over. It's out. He said, she said, on the way.
So go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, mine is unrelated.
Oh, I was just gonna say that's a lot to be juggling. Like, we understand just the work that it takes to put into one podcast,
man.
And y'all are about to have 4, and then obviously you have all the other things that are outside of that. It's just a lot. How do y'all keep up with just the schedules, trying to stay on course with good topics? Just what is y'all's creative process in bringing all this content to everybody?
Woo. I'm gonna give you the best answer that you won't ever hear for this. You got to get you a partner that's down to like grind with you. You know what I'm saying? Like Leo, that's my left hand man. I'm her right hand man. We had talks with each other, be like, yo, we know we tired, but we still got to keep going because we be tired, like for real. I'm talking about eyelids hanging and everything. You gotta remember the Tom and Jerry commercials where he put like the tape over his joint. Hey, we put the tape up and just keep pushing because we know like what's gonna happen real soon in the future. We really believe what we do.
Good.
No, that's for sure.
As far as coming up with topics, man, that's Leo. That's Leo all day long. Man. Like she be ready with the topic 6 months in advance. Like I be like, yo, you got 24 topics already laid out, like ready, and she be ready. Like she the prep queen for that. And I'm the one just like give me point the direction. Hey, let's go.
So she came up with the topic on this past week's episode where it got real hot.
On PGC.
Oh, a whole lot of dumb stuff.
Was that what show was?
That's what show it was. Mm-hmm.
Where what was his name?
BK.
Oh yeah. No, actually, Azan came up with that, and he missed the show. So I was jabbing at him. I'm like, hey, bro, what
They
you
had a
mean you
good
missing the show? This is your topic, bro. Like it was probably a good thing that he missed the show because like B was just going off. B was on the tangent and he wouldn't let nobody else talk. And if I just
Man,
imagine if Azam was on there too, it would have just been a 2-man show because they will overtalk everybody. It's crazy.
I was telling Ray yesterday or the day before, like if my fingers could have been typing a little bit faster, and I was telling Tiff, look, send me a link. Send me a link. Tap me in because this ain't what's about to go down. Like he wasn't letting her talk or nothing. And I'm just like, this fool really on his stuff tonight.
Then he started
Okay.
came for the
And
audience.
then he came for the
I'm in the audience like, oh Lord, I'm innocent.
Hey, Robin was in the comments charged up. Like you can hear lightning bolts come through when she put her post up like you know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. She was fired up, man. And
Man,
he was relentless, man. He liked to antagonize the fans, bro. So y'all
clearly.
be like ready to expect more from F&B because that's what he do, man. Like he passionate about what he talk about, but he also an antagonist, like for real, for real.
I know he had the right one because I was not with it. I sure wasn't. But that's the part I think that most people don't think about as much when they think about podcasts. Like they think, oh, you just get on there and you talk and you have a good time or whatever. But you can tell the difference between podcasters who take time to decide and figure out what they're going to talk about versus people who just get on the camera and just meander through stupid conversations. And I was telling Ray that that's definitely something that I'm aiming for us next year is to have more of a plan as far as like the content that I want us to put out and the topics that I want us to discuss. Tiff hooked us up with some dope materials to help organize all that stuff. And I was sitting at the desk the other day just printing stuff out and getting stuff together. I'm about to take it to Staples and get it. What is it?
Laminated,
No,
printed,
no.
copy.
Hole punch.
Hole punch.
punch.
Thank you.
But that was whole punch.
Yes, that was hole punch.
Yeah, that was the whole punch.
What? How you get that out of that?
Because that's what you do when you put the papers in the thing. You press it down. You press the hole punch down.
Man, nobody trying to hear that. You were
Yeah,
never
that was
supposed
not
to
what
get
that was. They had a communication because that wasn't no sign language.
Whatever. But just to get more organized so that we can put out more content and be relevant and grow. And it's just like I watch everything that y'all are doing. I'm just like, man, we just gotta work a little bit harder. We just gotta push a little bit harder, and we'll be there.
Let me tell y'all right now. Y'all don't know, like y'all are underrating yourself for real, for real. I watch y'all show all the time, man, and y'all topics be spot on and like the argument back and forth, like it be on there, bro. It's something to watch. I'm telling you, the way y'all get y'all stuff set up, the organization, you could tell y'all be prepped for every subject y'all hit. Cause y'all be having facts and all that stuff. I be like, see, I like the bonus because hey, for real, man. Like y'all, I can see y'all show like on another level type. Like for real, for real.
Well,
Y'all really need to
appreciate
give
that.
yourselves more credit than y'all do. Really. You really need to give yourselves more credit than you do because y'all show is popping. I love the way you guys promote your show, put your show out there, all that good stuff. So I be stealing stuff from y'all. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use that. Make sure you tell Ray I'm gonna take that. Because it's like,
Promise.
oh, make sure you know I'm gonna steal that and I'm gonna take that too. And oh, I like that too.
I like that
Hey,
too.
I'm good
So
with it.
Like
I'm
I
good
said,
with
you've
it.
given us so much stuff. Like,
Man.
let us know if you need anything reciprocated.
Well, definitely. And so there's some other stuff we'll talk about off mic in the future that I've come across kind of in this podcast or that I did want to talk to you about. So I'll definitely be getting with y'all on some stuff that I think could help the assembly going.
Oh, see, hey, name drop. There you go. I was waiting on you to say the assembly. They don't
So
even know
here's
what
the
this
thing.
is.
I wasn't even
Y'all know
sure
what
if I
this
could.
is?
Can we talk?
I didn't
about
know if I
the
could talk
assembly?
about it or not. But
Yeah, we can talk about that. We talk about that on everything else. Yeah, we can talk
okay,
about the
Okay.
assembly.
so yeah. So because I thought about that earlier, and I was like, I just left it at Phat Girl Chronicles. I didn't want to bring that up, but then it was already gone before I could get it back. So it was just gonna be what it was gonna be. But nah, so that's definitely something that I think from you guys and all the stuff you're doing and going to these functions and events, learning, and then some of the people that I've been kind of networking with, we definitely got some big stuff going. So for our audience and y'all audience that are watching this, like y'all stay tuned because 2022, it's all the
Up
way
and
up.
it's stuck.
It's up and
It's
it's
about to
stuck.
go up.
It ain't no other directions.
All we
All
can
that
do.
left, right, and down, that's dead. It's only up.
So speaking of that, because that's our goal. So me and my host here have had a number of
You
discussions.
just his
This is your
host.
host. This is the
I
host
know.
You
role.
just
No,
his
yeah.
host.
In this
You
role,
ain't you ain't
with
you
the
ain't
mic
his
all these
companion. You ain't
cameras are
his life
a little different.
companion at all. You just his host today. What?
The introduction was my host, so we're just going to stay consistent because that's what the analytics say. But no, so my goal is to like I enjoy watching and learning about celebrity life. I've watched it my whole life. I enjoy and desire to be famous, but fame and notoriety has some negatives depending on how famous you are. And so, with what we're working on, and by we, I mean us and y'all together and individually, I believe the goal is to be successful, to monetize this, to retire from our jobs. Trosh, you was talking about your job. I ain't gonna put it out there. I've talked about my job and how I feel about it, and I'm not gonna put that out there either. But let's suffice it to say we're not looking to retire from our jobs in 30 or 40 years. We have more ambitious plans than that. But again, with that becomes people because fans drive your engagement. Fans are driving your ability to monetize advertisement. And so naturally, as you become bigger, you potentially could run into said fans. So my question for y'all is, do you believe that you can be a celebrity without the fame, but have a fan base to support the lifestyle you would want?
100%. Absolutely.
Absolutely,
I don't have
I
to be
totally
known
agree.
by an individual on this earth, like personally. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't ever have to see me. Like I'm doing this for me to help my family to never have to work again. Neither one of them. Period. I want to save my whole family and all my closest friends from ever having to go in somebody's job and punch a clock and just be disrespected and take orders. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the struggle that my mother, like how she raised us, and that's what pushes me to like get to the top because she sacrificed a lot for me and my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want her to ever have to worry about another dollar. I don't want my brothers to like ever have to worry about going to work. I don't want my cousins to ever have to worry about going to work. Like everybody just live fun and like make your money, make money.
So my follow up to that,
Okay,
and
then.
then
I was gonna say, what about Leo?
I was gonna say, and then I'll get to Leo. So in that, when you say you don't want those people to have to work, would they work for you and your organization, or you would just make enough money to take care and pay for everybody's lifestyle?
So the mindset I've had for years upon years, like you know those big Powerball, the lottery and stuff like that. If I ever hit one of those like crazy ones, I've already like devised a plan how I'm gonna split money up amongst my family. Like I'm gonna give y'all this, and y'all do what y'all want to do with that, but don't
Mm,
come back. Don't come back. And if you need a hand, like juggling your finances or whatever, like I will help you like keep your money. But you know, like that's what I'm giving you. So you can't
one
say I
lump
never did
sum
nothing for
payout.
you. Period. Because like if you win something like the Powerball, the Mega Millions, it's going to be a substantial amount. Period.
For sure.
You can help hundreds, hundreds. I don't know too many families like where the adults are in the hundreds and stuff
I
like
don't
that. Like
say. I don't know if I'm
you know what I'm
helping
saying?
hundreds.
I'm not.
Like no,
Wait.
what I'm saying, What I'm saying is like, so
I got like
plan
five.
of devised is
There's
like all
no
my
five
cousins.
people that get some money out of me. Everybody else, y'all where y'all was at. Y'all been hanging out over there. Don't come to my
Ray
door.
said you out of luck.
Man, once the money come, I don't got time or attention to give y'all. So, but that's just me, you know. That's just
That
me.
But
part.
see,
Hey,
this where,
Jesus gave to the 12.
but
but
look what else he
this is
did.
where like a lot of like hood stuff come into the game. People know that your family got bread because family talk too much. Like people
Yeah,
like to, I would kidnap your cousin if you know what I'm saying, such and such. You know what I'm saying? Like it's stupid.
it happens
People
though.
be stupid, but they be doing it though. So I've
Somebody
devised a plan for that.
wouldn't go very
My
well.
family got to move immediately and can never go back to where they. Hey, just leave everything and don't ever turn around, boy. And just, I'm telling you, because you don't even know where I live.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Leo, what about you? How you feel about that?
I feel like you could definitely live a life without, without having to be this big person. That's actually the life I want to live. And as far as like the money goes,
See?
Wait.
I'm taking care of my core, and that's my siblings and my nephews and my good friends that have like been in the trenches with me, who have been at the mountaintop with me, like those people that have been through the ups and the downs with me. Like, oh, you gonna get your just due for riding the storm with me. I lost my parents, and so I'm just trying to create the legacy or continue on the legacy that they started. Uh, it's five of us, so we got a lot to bring to the table. And hell, I'm a multifaceted person myself, so I'm just trying to do what I can to make sure that we reach that next level and get all of the coins, all of.
All of the coins.
But
And see,
yeah,
Look,
I just
she
want to keep
sound like
pushing.
Sonic the
I
Hedgehog.
just want to keep pushing and keep creating the way that I was supposed to create.
and that's always been my
Yeah.
argument with Ray. Like, I always feel like you can be affluent, you can have a really nice lifestyle, you can live a great life, and you don't necessarily have to be famous. Like, I don't even know how I'm on this podcast sometimes because I don't really like being in front of the camera. I've always been someone who prefers to be behind the camera. Now, my personality, I am super outgoing, and if I have to put myself out there, I will. But my preference is to just, be low key and hang out with the people I hang out with. I don't need to be famous. I've always said I want to be wealthy because I'm the kind of person, I don't want people digging in my trash. I have 3 kids, 4 almost. Like, I don't want them to not be able to leave home and live a regular life. Like, my idea of the life that I want to live, I don't have to be famous. This guy over here, he wants to be at like all the parties. He wants to be on magazine covers. Like, well, no, not magazine covers, but
Yeah.
along those lines. Like, he wants to be famous. So I'm just like, dang, we don't have to be famous to be wealthy. Like, there's so many other things that you can do. Even like if you think about quote unquote influencers on social media. Like,
That make money, not these fake
oh no, yeah. The
influencers.
ones that actually make money. When I think about some of the people that I follow and they live really nice lives. Like, yeah, they create content on Instagram or whatever, but outside of that, like, they're doing a bunch of other things that's
Mm-hmm.
really bringing in the bread and butter.
I don't see like I understand both sides of it, because yeah, you can do it without like all the fame and the spotlight, but you already know depending on what you're doing, you got to get in the spotlight for real, for real. Like some things you can't do without being in the spotlight at all. Like y'all brought up influencers. You got to be seen to be an influencer.
All right.
People got to see you
Right.
doing the shit that they
On
want you
some
that they want to
level,
do.
yeah, on some level, but I don't feel like you have to be on a daily talk show or on TV or anything like that that necessarily brings in money for you to live the kind of lives that we want to live.
I think the difference is, I think the lifestyle I want to live is different from the lifestyle she want to live.
I don't think so.
Like,
you complain all the time about how expensive I am.
No. I complain about how expensive you are because I don't have the money. Like,
that's true. That's a good
point. If I had the money, like,
never say never.
I'm the kind of guy that years and years ago, was spending $300-$400 on shoes and belts and $800 on book bags as like a college kid. Like, I want to be
bags.
Girl, you need to come to the house and see his closet.
Just come to the house and see the closet. We're in a pandemic. And I don't want people coming to my house.
You lie like a rug, bruh. You had people over at the house a couple weeks
ago.
I'm talking
trying
about
to save you probably still got that luggage packed from 2 years ago.
Look, something. The luggage is unpacked, sir. There are no bags.
She said, "Get off her back about that luggage."
One of us just got our hair done. One of us didn't. So we'll just.
You get your hair done by me. You get your hair.
He had to wear a do-rag.
Had to wear a hat and a do-rag.
Oh my God.
Y'all wasn't in here when we was in here. He had the flappy cake do-rag hanging from the back of his neck.
She did help me tighten it up, but it's the least she can do.
Besides doing your hair for free?
Baby girl, how do I look in my do-rag?
It's definitely not free because if you divide up what you pay for your hair, if you split that for 2 people, then
boom.
What?
But that wouldn't be how much it costs for 2 people to get their hair done.
He took the sacrifice so you could get what you want.
100%.
That is not what just happened.
I was in here with these crazy kids all day while she was sitting getting her hair done. And I'm working dealing with crazy people at my job. Like, it was nuts.
How did this become about me, though?
You got to do something to make him feel special now. He sacrificed
off my girl. Back up off my girl.
Boy, don't you ever put me and Ray on the same show together. This is what it is.
How you 10 months pregnant?
I'm basically
y'all got to back up off. Y'all got to back up off.
Not even a real number.
If I could have done my own hair, I would have done my own hair.
Anyway,
the struggle.
But so for me, like, I want to be able to take whatever vacation I want, whenever I want. I want to be able to fly private whenever I want. I want to be able to buy whatever car I want.
That part.
Like, I want to have vacation homes in different locations. So that's the lifestyle in essence I want to get to. And I also think I have a lot to offer. Like, I know I say some stuff. Some of it be for professional reasons. Others, I really believe. Actually, most stuff I do say.
I was going to say, what do you say that you don't believe?
But I try and word it in a way that...
Most of the stuff?
Yeah,
get off my bro right now. Get off my bro.
Yeah. For me, I feel like to get to that level, and then even what we're working on with the network, if we want to go get top tier talent to eventually come on our network, I think you have to be in certain environments. You have to be in certain arenas. I want to go to Met Galas. I want to be able to go to concerts and get backstage without having to pay. Similar to what Kanye was saying, where his face is his currency. Like, I don't even need money because I know people, they are willing to give me, and we see celebrities get free stuff all the time. Imagine if Beyonce was sending you every
all the time. Drop.
Look, now that's one thing. Every time those little lockers would go out there, it's like, what do
I
gotta do to get a little locker?
But that comes with a certain level. That comes from going to whether it's a Rock Nation brunch or all these meetings that are happening that we don't even know exist. Like, I want to get there. And in order for me to get there, I think you have to be seen in this industry. And so that's the part. Like, I think there's a bunch of people in our industry that are doing well. But if you want to be the people at Spotify getting $60 million for 3 years, if you want to be Joe and his network, if you want to be I Am Athlete or all these big podcasts, and that's my goal. I'm not doing anything in my life to be average. If that's what I'm shooting for, then I'm going to take what comes with that. And a lot of them were celebrities, and they have pivoted. And you've named a bunch of people that took their funny internet stuff and now they're on TV shows.
No, and this is for sure. This is definitely true. Like, I know a lot of the people that I see on sitcoms and stuff now were people that I've been following on Instagram for years. And now they're like flying private jets and doing all these things. There was a girl I went to cosmetology school with, and she had a lot more focus than I did when we first came out of cosmetology school. And like, we're still cool on Instagram and everything. And I see the stuff she be doing. I'm just like, dang, if I had been just a little bit more focused on this versus all the other stuff I was doing, this is where I could be. But like I said, I don't know. For me, there's a certain level of fame that I'm okay with. But when it gets to the point where I can't still be normal, that's too much for me.
I just want to buy
Yeah,
out
I
Disney
feel that.
World. I don't want to have to worry about people.
Okay, Kevin Hart.
But no, but
I guess I get both. I get both sides. I definitely get both sides because, like you said, like Ray, if you're not out here being seen, they're not gonna be coming with the biggest checks for you because you have to be visual. You have to be visual for somebody to even believe that you halfway doing that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I also see what Robin's saying about I can't even go eat like Eminem was
yeah.
saying in the song, like I can't even go eat without the cameras all in my face. I'm just trying to have a nice day with my kid, you know what I'm saying? But y'all want to make it a paparazzi scene every time. So I get it. I'm prepped.
I can't even go cheat without the cameras being right there when I cheat.
Damn.
Yeah, today.
Damn.
But
Hey,
that's
look,
real.
And I
but
mean, like
I'm
cameras are
taking that.
always everywhere though when you reach that
Ask
level
Tristan Thompson.
of fame. So
Mhm.
Tristan Thompson be doing what he gonna do, and he don't care regardless if he getting caught on camera or not. Tristan Thompson's
Hey,
on another level.
when
Them
you doing stuff
paparazzi
like
have ruined
this,
a bunch of relationships.
when you doing stuff like this and you trying to get to a certain level, you got to take that gulp and already prep your body that this this finna get real, my nigga. You ain't finna have no motherfucking you ain't finna have no privacy. Any of that dumb shit you done did, it's gonna come up.
Yeah, all
Like
them
for real.
old
So you
tweets.
might as well go ahead and get ready.
Go delete them
And
tweets
that's
now.
actually kind of a little bit of my hesitancy about being famous, because like,
Your Facebook memories be popping up. Some stuff you just said.
yeah, and not even just that. I just think about how hard I used to party. Like, even up until a year before we got married, like I got arrested. Like,
You
I'm
did.
sure there's a video of something.
It was outside the club, so.
Exactly.
listen,
So
But
when you
I
start,
the
regret
video
nothing.
was
Okay,
supportive of you.
no, yeah, that's why I was able to not go to jail for
Yeah,
assaulting an officer.
right.
Because,
What?
It
yeah,
didn't happen.
it didn't happen.
I'm sorry.
But
What?
just,
I'm sorry.
but
What?
just
What?
what?
it
Hey,
was,
Texas,
Girls gone
shut
wild.
up.
I tell you, it's
What?
another time, another day, another place. It's just when you start thinking about all the things that they dig up on people now, it's just like I have some things from way back when that they can stay way, way, way back when.
Yeah, there's some pictures that have been taken to me that I'm good where they're at. I am. I ain't gonna lie. But that kind of brings me to
I
my
would
next.
just say I regret
What?
nothing.
She said, I regret nothing.
I'm
I
No,
not gonna
regret
right.
lie.
nothing.
I definitely
I
regret some
did what
stuff.
I
Like,
did when I lived that life when I was that age. So
uh,
I regret nothing. Like you're
uh,
not gonna
uh,
hold my past against me. I'm not a president or to be an elected official.
Oh,
So
for
I
sure.
regret nothing.
Shoot, I wish I
uh.
could run this country. I get everybody in
And
shape.
I'm good with where I'm at.
I
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
regret
actually
that
coming up on
that fat
35.
body I had. That's what I gotta regret. Now let people take pictures of me sideways.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
nah, I'm in reverse. I wish I can get that body back.
No, that's what I'm saying. I regret the fat body. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a different shot than this. You
From
know
the
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
side.
Like, this look different. I can fool
yeah,
you like this, but when you get me like this, oh, you
yeah.
see the truth.
I don't even know who that guy is. Oh
That
man,
is crazy.
look like a capital B. I understand.
Stop it.
Oh Lord.
Oh, how
Um,
big is that top B? If you're a capital B, what?
Mm.
yeah, no, I don't know. Depend on the dude.
That's
Um,
comedy.
but so that
Ray Petty. Depending on the dude.
Uh,
so but that's the thing. Like people, you get successful, and we kind of joke about it. But once you get successful, it be a lot of times the people that saw you when you wasn't successful. And Trosh, we kind of talked about it before we came on. That everybody can't appreciate your drive to success, and once you make it to success, naturally haters appear. The detractors appear. People that want to remind you of your past appear. So how do y'all envision that going, or how do you envision handling that once y'all get towards you're going and you start to get that hate? Because if they're not hating, you ain't doing something right.
That's what Cat Williams said.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely prepped
He's
for the
handling
hate
hate
because, like you said, if you're not hating, if they not hating, you're not doing something right. So I need as much hate as possible. That means I'm killing this shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I can't answer how I'm gonna deal with the situation in that moment. That's one of them things I'm not gonna be able to answer until I'm in that situation because sometimes my brain be here, sometimes my brain be there. Like I want to say that, oh, I'll just let it roll off my back, but hey, I might get Kevin Durant one day, you know, and just go crazy. I'm shooting back at everybody. You know what I'm saying, like,
Just get you a burner account.
Facts.
hey, the burner accounts be getting figured out though, so them don't
No,
work
dude,
for
you
real.
got, there's an art to the burner account for sure.
Man, bro, like I don't know, bro. I can't answer that right now. Like that's one of them life situations where you don't know how you gonna respond until you in that moment.
What you think, Leah?
I don't know. I kind of feel like Zane said on our show when she was on there, she said she doesn't pay attention to the haters. She doesn't pay attention to the people who don't like her, who have a lot to say about what she's doing. She don't care. She's focused on what she's focused on. She's focused on creating for those who do like her show, that do support her, because the haters are supporting you as well by spreading your name. So thanks for the free publicity, but I'm gonna
Right.
focus on those that are doing or assisted me in pushing the content the way it needs to be pushed. And that's what I'm gonna focus on. I don't focus on people who got a bunch of things to say about what I'm doing. You can waste your money and your time and your life on talking about me. I'm gonna go ahead and live my life. Okay? Enjoy your
Right.
day. Enjoy your day pudding. That's how I feel about
I,
it.
I feel like it's gonna be the who for me though. You know what I'm saying? It's the who. Like if I never met you before, I never had no dealings with you, and like you're just some random like way with no connection to me, then I probably just let that go off the shoulder. But if I know that you somebody that I had a relationship with in a certain aspect or whatever, and you out here just making up bullshit, now I'm gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, put the real light on the situation because me, I don't think I've ever like fucked nobody over, like for real, for real. Like my intentions always was for the best, period. But just because the way your narrative think in inside your brain, like you might have spent the situation differently for yourself. But if like I said, if you somebody close and you out here trying to like burn my name because you feel some kind of way about some old ass shit, all right, now we got now I'm finna go ahead and say something.
Go in. Facts. That's I completely agree with that. I think for me, it depends on who it's coming from. Like if you're some random, I don't know you, like just stupid commenter on, whatever platform, you are more than welcome to have your opinion. Thank you for sharing my tweet. Thank you for sharing my content because now all of the people that you know are now going to go watch my content so that they can see what you're talking about. And they're probably still going to like me. Like, to me, it's the randoms that I don't care about. It's the people who, people who, like you said, have had some kind of relationship with or whatever. Like that, I think would bother me. One, because I'm very, I guess, analytical in that way. Like you said, I've never been in any sort of situation where I walk away from it and I'm just like, dang, I did that person dirty. I could have
Right.
handled that situation so much better, and I'm super wrong for how I handled the situation. When I walk away from people, whether it be a friend, an ex, or whatever, I mean, even like when I think about former relationships, like I'm not beefing with nobody. Like if you're beefing and we have a beef, you're beefing by yourself. We don't have any issues to resolve because if you feel like you ain't cool with me for whatever reason, you feel like you ain't cool with me, that's something that you did.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily like I said, like I don't screw people over. So if there was ever a time where I called you a friend or something like that, like even if we're not associates anymore, I don't wish you any ill will or anything. So to find out people like that are then turning around and talking trash, it's just like I'm gonna have some stuff to say.
Like, you mad because I got bigger than you? Like, what the fuck is the problem?
So I think
it's pretty much like how you gonna hate from outside the club. You can't even get in.
You can't even get in. Exactly. Like
you can't even get in.
Move around. Those people like cash these checks. Like what?
So it's interesting that y'all have this perspective. For me, I'm similar to really you and Trosh. I don't think that I've ever done anyone wrong, and I've eaten a bunch of people doing me wrong in my life. Like I feel like I've always been a stand-up guy, but I will say that when I've had the opportunity to let people who did me wrong know that I'm on, I let them know. And so, like, we had the comment ended up getting deleted, but we had this one guy that remember the YouTube comment.
Yeah.
And I guess he was from New York. I think he was talking about a versus, and he said it looked like a dyke. And I didn't know even what.
I had made a shirt.
Yeah. We had the cut off red
shirts. And so
shirts.
the shirts were like sleeveless, but it had the Bond Chronicles on it or whatever. And the comment was just like, he looks like a woman and I look like a man. And we had no idea what we were talking about. Like he went in and I read it and I'm just like, who is this clown? And how do I look like a man? Like, I'm very feminine.
So for me, it's one of those things like I welcome hate. Like I go in people's comments. I ain't even really friends with them like that, but I'll get in their chain just to start talking trash because I enjoy that. So I think I do a pretty good job of not internalizing haters, but I think to your point, I do welcome them, engage them, because a lot of times your haters are more engaging than your supporters. Your supporters just sit back and be quiet. They won't like nothing. They won't share nothing. They won't post nothing. They won't comment. But them haters will come talking.
They everywhere.
And so I appreciate them. I welcome them. And it's just interesting to see that as you get bigger. I think to y'all point, though, when you're in a space, and especially with us, I'll say our podcast maybe more so than y'all, we talk about people almost every week. So whether it's Amanda Seals, whether it's Lizzo, whether it's a couple of different people, I know I personally, Jussie Smollett, we just talked about him. Smollett, whatever, Juicy Smollett.
Juicy Smollett.
But you know what? I talk about people, so I kind of expect that as I put that out there in my ascension, rightfully so. I don't think I was being rude or berating people. They did dumb stuff, so I told people the world how dumb they were. What?
Before you get past it, I want to know because I saw the title of that clip and it said "Justice for Jussie." So did you say it in your head as "Justice for Jussie" or "Justice for Juicy"?
He juicy to me.
Dave Chappelle it.
He juicy to me, but his mom called him Jussie, so I'm gonna call him Jussie. But to me, he juicy.
His mama named Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
There you go. But no, I think there's value in them. But I think the key, and I think it's really difficult, and especially I see it in music probably more so than anything, is the comedians and the people that give us the content. They carry that burden so much. And I think the burden has to come from the haters because your supporters, I don't think would be the ones bringing you down, but we see the volume of, suicide from people that should have way more support than haters. But I think if you allow your haters to outweigh the support or you focus on the negative, and I think that's a natural reaction, I think that's where it gets dangerous. And you just got to make sure that you center yourself to not go too far down the other side when dealing with the haters.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all ever did like a sponsored advertisement on Facebook for y'all show?
Not yet. We haven't ran. I don't think we've ran any ads for the Bond Chronicles, I've ran ads for Reaction Apparel. And it's interesting to see the people. I think I just ended a campaign a week ago that I let run for a month while I was doing all the like Black Friday, Thanksgiving holiday sales. And to see the people who ended up liking my pages, like my page, like, because my products are super pro black, like that kind of niche. And some of the people who were liking my page, sending messages about my clothes, were not my my target audience at all. But then I did have a few like comments of, like the trolls on the internet, the keyboard warriors,
Yeah.
And it didn't really bother me, one, because I'm like, well, you're not my target demographic anyway, so delete. And I don't have any problems with it. But we haven't ran any ads for the Bond Chronicles, but that's coming, I think, soon.
Yeah, it is.
I asked that because we did one for PGC before, and just like you said, all those keyboard warriors was up in there. They was talking that shit, boy. And me and Leo had a conversation that night. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Yo, you seen them?" I said they talking that shit. I was like, "Yeah, we finna be over, baby." I was like, "Yeah." Hey,
Yeah, like he was extremely excited. Like extremely excited.
It was funny, man, because I
He
know
was excited because. Go ahead, Trosh. I'm
No,
sorry.
you go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, I just knew he was excited because he like, yeah, they watch it, they see it. Like he was super excited about everybody seeing the ad and like whether they were trolling or just saying whatever. He was like, oh yeah, it's on now. It's finna blow up. I was like, dude,
Like,
you
bro,
love trolls. He loved the trolls. They'll be
we only
cracking
spent
up.
$50, sir. We only spent $50, sir. Relax.
I want every penny word. All the engagement.
Hey, I just wanted to see how it was gonna go, and it went just the way I wanted it to go. Like the haters, they the one who gonna keep your name out there for real.
That's
So,
how people go
please.
viral. That's literally how people go viral. It'll be obviously
Kevin
positive.
Samuels is hater not because it's popular,
not because of the people that love him.
It's because everybody that hate him.
Yeah.
That's
what was
true.
even with the Red Table Talk? The first Red Table Talk that got really popular was people talking negative about Red Table Talk. Like, it's so crazy how that works.
That's what keep both of the Smiths relevant right now. Is people so sick of hearing them and saying everything negative about Jada, but it keep people watching the show. So it works.
Will, what are you doing with your dumb ass, Will, and all that shit? They mad as hell.
The Fresh Prince, bro. It's hard to watch sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, and I've had a lot to say about them as well. I wish them well, but I'm good on y'all. Y'all could chill out for a while for me. But speaking of the Smiths,
somebody go get Uncle Phil to come talk to this nigga and all that.
I'm not gonna get Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil's he's not here.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, he
bring him back from
heavenly guidance.
Oh, are you gonna send them to him, or he coming to them?
He's gonna come to Will like in the a spirit in the voice
in the spirit, like the ghost of Christmas present.
Yeah, hey, bro, you need to go ahead and you need to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, my dude, she out here got you looking crazy right now, bro.
Yeah. But
I'm
speaking
like the Lion King.
Well, speaking of the Smiths, because they are, kind of the pinnacle of success when it comes to Black entertainment. What do you guys think it takes to get more Black faces in decision-making roles in some of these rooms, whether it be music, podcasting? Because when I think of Apple Music, Spotify, outside of Tidal, but I don't think Tidal even has the podcast space. But for podcasters, what do you think it's going to take to get more Black faces or people of color in those rooms?
So I'm gonna tell you, and this ain't even no like just tooting our own horn, but like the shit like what we doing with the assembly. Period. Like we building something that is gonna build something. Like for real. Like everything we doing with these connections that we got and this team that we like me and Leo, like we really like looked at this team. Like, this ain't no random ass team. Like, we didn't just go pick anybody. Like, everybody got their head on straight. Everybody like trying to reach the same point, like to the top, and make something better of their lives and the people around them. And they are passionate about what they're doing. Period. That's the key right there. Be passionate about what you're doing. You don't get it. Don't feel like work to you.
Right.
Like, as much as I get off work and just to make it to the shows, bro, I still don't be like, all right, I'm gonna call off today. No, I'm showing up for every show because I know this is gonna get me from the thing that I want to call off every day for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Respect
This team is smart. This team is smart, man, and I feel like we have the talent and the ambition to get to the top where we leading these other at the top of these networks. Like, ain't nobody at the top for real of these networks for real, which is why we can't really control what we put out.
So
I think that's the biggest key.
So, and Belia and I'll kind of pose the question a little bit differently for you, but you can answer it however. So, do you think it's more of a scenario like Troach is talking about, where you just got to kind of start your own and build up and then branch out, maybe similar to like Tyler Perry? Or do you think it's something that you got to be more like Virgil, where you work your way up and you're on the board of, say, maybe a white organization, but then you can start to hire people within that established brand?
I actually think it's a combination that you build your own, but you also make sure that you are present in these spaces when there are opportunities for you to be present in those spaces. Um, Spotify, Amazon, Anchor, they send out random type of emails when they have new things coming, new things going on. I think it's Amazon where they have like backstage where they want to know about different features and all those kind of things that podcasters want and those kind of things. So you have to be present in those spaces when they are looking to add to those spaces. But also, if they're not there, you do actually have to create that space for yourself so that you can build from there based on the opportunities that you're seeking. Sometimes the opportunities or what we're building, there is no manual to it. So we have to create our own way of doing, flowing, being, and becoming. Because outside of that, like, you're just kind of going to fall into what everybody else is kind of doing. And like to go back to the assembly, there's nobody doing that in that way. And the reason that we're doing it is simply because we know the value of a community. We know the value of branching people of a like mind, of a like drive, and of like ambition together. We know what that can do. There is no leader, and we can all bring great things to the table. So when we see that and we pay attention to that ideal more than trying to be the head, then we can get ahead. I think I answered the question.
Yeah.
No, that's a dope answer.
She was preaching. I was gonna let you go. That was good. Real good.
Hey man, ask me first. I mean, ask me last next time, cause she gonna try and top me. Hey bro, hey, cool it out and all that.
Nah, I mean, like, I really feel. I mean, that's how I really feel though. Like, that's how I really feel though, because like, Trosh, you know the conversations that we have when it comes to like building all of these different spaces and shows and opportunities and all that other kind of stuff. So that's really what we got to do. We got to create what's not there and get in where we fit in and get in where we don't fit in, so that way we can be seen and present. So.
No, yeah, I completely agree. Like, when you look at what media looks like now, most of the people that you see on TV, especially as far as black spaces go, like, they're in that space because they created it themselves. And then the larger networks, they see and it's just like, oh, well, look at all this attention that they're garnering over here. Like, the prime example right now would be Issa Rae. Awkward Black Girl was on YouTube for a few years before anybody paid any attention to her. And she was out there pitching the story. She was out there putting herself in these places to be the, insecure person. But it took her creating the web series that people fell in love with, that people loved. And then HBO was just like, hey, what's going on? Can you bring all of your audience over here to us? And now when you look at even what she's turned the start of Insecure into, like, she's a radio station, she's a production company. Like, she has so much going on. And that's all because, like, fine, y'all don't want to pay attention to me as just a writer or whatever. I'll make my own space. And now you have to buy into it. And I feel like, for one, especially in the podcast arena, because it's so fluid and new and people are still trying to understand how to really make money off of it, this is a perfect space to create your own thing and really watch it blow up.
So no, I definitely agree, with everything that y'all said. So my next question, and I'll start with Leo this time. To kind of bring this full circle is, I agree that most, especially people of color, it starts from the ground up. It starts from us cultivating and building it, and then somebody coming and buying into it. The frustrating part that I would say is, a lot of time other people of color don't support people of color. They would much rather tear people of color down rather than help support and build. And I guess, Leo, specifically for you, I've seen you go on a couple of different lives and things and talk about just how little effort it takes to actually show support that can make a big difference. So in that same vein, now that we have kind of a blueprint on what it would take to get there and to change the perspective of Black family and Black culture on TV, why do you feel like people of color are so resistant or so hesitant to support other people of color in this space while they're trying to create?
I think a lot of times people do not like to support something that they are unfamiliar with, regardless of if it's a family member, a friend, or anything like that. Like, supporting something that you have no idea of how it works, the intricate details and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's hard for people to support something that they don't understand. But then on the flip side of that, when it comes to designers and big name things of that nature, it seems to be like a no-brainer. Like, oh, Beyonce just put this new stuff out. Okay, that's no brainer. I mean, although Beyonce is a person of color, but she's also at a level of fame and has a level of fortune that people don't question what Beyonce is putting out, but they question what their friend is putting out, whether it's of good quality, if it's of something that I should really support. You should support because I'm actually doing it. Okay?
Right.
Because I'm doing something that I'm passionate about. You don't have to be passionate about it. You don't have to understand it. Hell, just hit a like button, hit the share button, something of that nature, to let me know that you rocking with what I'm doing. Like, I'm your friend. So I feel like the support should automatically be there. But there's also the factor that a lot of people cannot support what you're doing because of the way that they talk about you when you are not around, because of the way they do not believe in what you're doing, and because of the way that they do not believe in you the way that you believe in yourself.
Girl.
So it's a lot of different factors as to why Black people don't support other Black people. But
can I insert a praise break? Can we get some praise music right quick? Like, we don't really have to.
I don't have a.
But that is 100% true, especially the part where you're saying a lot of reasons.
That's all I got. She did that.
People can't, and I've seen this, reposted, tweeted, all of that so many times. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of times people can't support you, the people you think should support you, because of the things that they've said about you when they're not around, when you're not around. Like, that's 100% true.
That was good. So, Troshi's on you now. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you would have asked me this question 2-3 years ago, my answer would be that people just and I don't want to offend nobody, you know.
No, speak the
What?
truth, man.
People just
Say it
want,
with your chest.
they want to be the first one to do it. As far they mad because they not doing it. That's what it's about. Like, people mad that they not doing it, but they not doing it because they don't know how to do it. That's the thing, and they don't want to apply themselves to learn how to do it. So if you're not gonna use your energy and learning something new, you're gonna use your energy into like hating on somebody that's really trying to do something. And it's like the crab in the barrel type mentality back then. But if you ask me now why people don't support, I feel like it's just the pandemic made everything oversaturated. Period. So everybody doing the same shit now. So why would I want your shit to pop off before I want my shit to pop off when I know this will feed me? You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people that could like stuff that we do that won't like it because they do what we do.
And
I'm telling you, bro.
And I don't understand that, one, because there are so many consumers in this world. No matter how you look at it, you want to break down the pie, whatever. There are so many consumers of stuff, clothes, hats, shoes, podcasts, TV shows, music. I think, all the time, there is space for the people who really want it, who really are goal oriented and want something to succeed. There is space for all of those people, because if you're not serious about whatever it is that you're putting your time and energy and money into, eventually it's like, well, I'm not getting a whole lot of sales, I'm not getting a whole lot of likes or clicks or listens, I'm done with this. But the people who are persistent and constantly thinking of ways to, dang, how can I make this video pop? Who can I get to take a picture in one of my sweatshirts so that it goes viral? Who, like, that kind of thing? Like, those people are the people who typically succeed. And so I don't even think it's necessarily the pandemic has made things over. Well, no, because it has. It's definitely made things oversaturated. But you can tell the difference between people who take what they're doing seriously versus the people who are just doing it because now they have all this free extra time on their hands.
And so I agree. I think everybody's made some valid points. I do think that more people have time and are trying to create. My issue with people that won't support others because we're in the same space, that to me just shows how insecure you are in your product. Because what you're saying is, I'm not going to support you because if somebody sees your thing, they're not going to watch my thing because my thing ain't as good. And I think that's a level of self-awareness that's necessary. That might mean you shouldn't be in this space anyway. If you can't compete with other people, and we're competing not just against other podcasters, and in Joe's show, they talk about this all the time. You're competing with people on TV. You're competing with the new music that's come out. You're competing with the Spider-Man movie that just came out. Like, when we release this, or as this is live, like, people are going to be signing up to try and see Spider-Man. We're also releasing this around the time when The Matrix is going to be coming out. We're all competing for that same time. But the people that you can see, that's the part I don't understand. I support people I don't talk to. I support people that I don't even necessarily like, but I respect the fact that they're willing to grind and try it. So I'll share it. I'll comment. I'll try and trick the algorithm as much as I can. And I guess at minimum, you would want that to be reciprocated, but it seems like you don't even get that. Like, and I know you've talked about some people that you was liking their posts and sharing their stuff, and then you went and looked, and like, they ain't even following me or sharing none of my stuff.
Right.
And it's like, if you see that, it don't take a lot of time to do the social media part. Now, sitting down and listening to the podcast for an hour or watching for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever it is, that is time and dedication. And I look forward to the time when we have tens and hundreds of thousands of fans doing that. But there's a bunch of other stuff that people can do that they just won't do just off the purpose of either
It's
jealousy, it's hate, or it's you. And Leo, to the point that you mentioned, people do talk about people a lot. And I've learned that on a very, very personal level that I had no idea was happening. But the joke or the phrase, it be your own people, it really do be your own people. And it's really
all the time. All the time.
Unfortunate that we live in a world where we're all really fighting for the same thing. But specifically in Black culture, we fight so hard against one another, barely anybody can get to a place where they can make it better for everybody else. Yeah. And I would love to see that change. I just don't know how we get there.
First of all, I think everybody needs to stop fucking scamming. For real, for real. No, dead ass, bro. Like, your people, like, that, it be your own people comment, bro. That's like some of the truest stuff that somebody ever let come out their mouth randomly. That was a random comment somebody said.
It was super random one day.
It just holds so much weight, like, to life. That it's ridiculous, man. It's in all aspects. Like, I don't get it.
We don't either. Like, I'm not gonna say we spend, because his attitude towards it is way different from mine. Like, I internalize things a lot. Like, I'm a hard head person, and it takes me a couple times to learn a lesson. So, like, I can find out that you've been talking about me, and I'll be like, dang, well, that's messed up. Well, what did I do? Like, and I'll make it about me and try to figure out what it is about me that has made you decide that you want to talk negatively about me, or you feel negatively about me. And, like, I'll try to, like, talk you out of the way that you might feel about me. But then even after the conversation is over, like, I'll replay it in my head over and over and over again, trying to figure out if there was something I could have said or done differently. And a lot of times it's got nothing to do with you. You know, it's them, like you said, insecure about whatever it is that they're insecure about, or them feeling a way about you doing something that they really want to do, but for whatever reason they can't, or they won't, or, you know, whatever. And for me, it's just like, well, then, you know, let me help you, because I'm a helper. Like, if you need help or you want me to show you how I do this, I'm super open to conversation and conflict resolution on some levels. And it's like, dang, but this person still don't rock with me, and I just don't understand why. And like you said, you just gotta let them go on and go about your way, because if you spent all that time really focusing on everything every person has to say about you that's negative, you won't finish. You forget what you're working towards, and you get stuck in this, like, woe's me hole, and just end up failing because of the insecurities that you let other people create inside of you.
That's true.
It's facts. Well, I definitely appreciate y'all. I think we had some great conversation. Great way to get ready to wrap up this year. I first want to say thank you so much to the Phat Girl Chronicles for gracing us with their presence, with Trosh and Leo. And I know we got one missing.
I know the mouth.
We're going to get with him here as well. Hopefully soon.
I told you he lived around the corner from my home.
I know. That's why I said. Might do a live video. We might pull up on him and do a live while we there.
Yeah.
That would be raw.
So I definitely want to say thank you so much, not only for tonight, but both of y'all have been super, super helpful, from the audio setup to the platform we stream on to the marketing we do. You guys have really been
just
influential,
everything.
And really all of that.
We might have to cut them a check.
Yeah.
Don't need it.
Wait a second. You hear that? You see the hesitation though? Like, he was full of accolades.
It be your own people.
It be your own people.
I gotta get some checks while I start cutting checks. But no, we got some great stuff on the way. So to all of y'all that are subscribing, definitely see it down there in the bottom. You can support us. There's just a plethora of stuff we got on the way. We're not going to take a break necessarily.
No, we are about to take a break.
Oh, I was about to. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got it.
No,
you got it. Man.
No, go ahead. You got it.
So we, as in the assembly, is building and continuing to branch out and expand. As y'all got some unreleased information that has now been released, some coming soon new shows, and so some great things that are coming down the pipeline. I also will be continuing to doing some things. We will be taking a small break here on the Bond Chronicles in the month of January because my wife wanted to get pregnant again. So we have a fourth baby that she has to deliver. And we want to make sure that we can accommodate that and get the schedules right. She's going to need some rest and relaxation to keep her feet up, maybe eat some eat ice or something. I don't know, whatever people do. But yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah,
and then
great.
It's not going to be great?
No, it's going to be wonderful.
Your hospital stay will be better than mine. I'll tell you that. I am not looking forward to that.
That's too funny.
But yeah, we love y'all and appreciate y'all for everything that you do. In life, you know, things happen. You have the power to choose what you do. Always choose wisely. Always bet on you. And as I said before, if you would like to bless us because we've been a blessing to you, go ahead and hit that information down at the bottom. Y'all have a great time and evening, and we will see you next week. Take care.